Hey, that guy looks kind of familiar. I've got a story for you. It was about 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, that a friend of mine contacted me and said, my friend is a recruiter for a talent agency and she's looking for extras for this Super Junior thing. Would you like to be in it because they're looking for a white guy? My qualifications were just being a white guy. I guess they were maybe looking for someone who was relatively comfortable on camera, but I had not participated in any professional K-pop video or K-pop related anything before. But, I said, I'm interested. It would be my first time, and why not? It's not something I was hugely excited about. I don't know anything about Super Junior even after the fact. But, I thought, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it once. I'm being a little vague about what it actually was because I was at the time unclear about what it actually was, and I remained that way up until 2 days ago. So bear with me. I'll explain later. One of the requirements was I had to go out and find a black vest because I was going to be a bartender or like a background bartender or, just an extra in a bar as a bartender. So I showed up for the shoot. I think it was on a Friday and it was something really early in the morning. Was it 8 a.m.? And it was in a bar. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it seems to be a real bar. It's in the middle of Apgujeong. I'd never been there before. I'd never heard of it before. I'd never been inside before, but it looked like a bar that was not being used because it was super early in the morning. It was super cold inside. I mean, it was super cold outside. It was basically winter, but they didn't have the heat on inside. I assume that's normal because I hear about TV studios. They keep it really cool. It keeps people on their toes. I was there for a total of 6 hours, and only 2 of those hours I was prepared for their shoots because, for 4 hours I was just sitting and waiting. For those 2 hours, it wasn't constant shoots. It was just me standing behind the bar ready for them to film stuff. However, quite early into the filming, my friend's friend said to me, hey, by the way, they're giving you speaking lines. I did not know the nature of this thing, so I didn't know that I was going to have to say anything, and she didn't know that ahead of time either. And I guess they didn't really have a script, so the concept of the shoot was something about the Great Gatsby, as they later called the Super Show 7 tour, the Great Super Junior. Okay, fine. And my lines, as far as I'm aware, never made it into any final production, which is fine with me. The only non-Korean people in the shoot were me and this, I think she's Russian. She's a Russian model or whatever. And in the final production, as far as I know, she only had one line and she was dubbed over. I mean, she had a kind of strong accent, but whatever.
I can't wait to finally see him.
So in our scene, which I don't think made it anywhere, just I give her a drink. She comes to the bar. She's kind of depressed, and I say something weird about dreams coming true or something. It was not a very natural sounding line. I mean, my friend's friend translated it into English. I was supposed to deliver it in English, but the translation also sounded awkward, so I tried to change it a little bit so I could deliver it more naturally. But then they told me I had to smile as much as possible while saying it, which, it seems to me like the kind of thing they expect foreigners to do in any kind of Korean productions, TV commercials, but not easy. If it were my choice, I would not have put that scene into the final production. That 3-second shot of the camera panning over the bar with people dancing and me there, I think that's the only shot of me that made it in. And honestly, that's the only shot of me I think is worth putting in. I'm fine with that. 6 hours for 3 seconds, that's fair. I don't mind. It's a good shot. And I'm quite front and center. So the question is, what really is this thing? So what they told me was that they were shooting this for their tour. And I didn't know what that meant. I thought maybe like they'll film them performing during the tour, and at the end they'll release a DVD collection and it will include bonus material. So I thought maybe it's something like that. So I didn't expect to see it for a while, but I didn't know how long the tour was going to last. And Wikipedia would update every now and then. Like it said, oh, the tour will go into the spring. So I thought, okay, I guess I can't see the final production of what I was in until the spring. Then I checked Wikipedia again in the spring. It said, oh, the tour is going to the summer. The tour lasted until the summer of 2019. And the DVDs came out in June 2019. But that is not when the footage was first appeared. The footage actually appeared, I assume, based on what I've seen, at every concert on the tour, like as the introduction to the performance. Like this was the first clip they showed. So the only place where I could have seen myself on, in their production thing would be if I had gone to a Super Junior concert, I guess mostly in other countries during this tour. So I didn't know they were using it because there was no way I could have seen it. And I only know this because a few people uploaded some clips. If you check YouTube, some guy uploaded a bunch of clips from, I guess, the Japanese concert, or there's like a Singapore concert. I don't know. You can find clips on the internet. Like I said, I don't really know anything about Super Junior. During one of the long stretches where I was just sitting and waiting, they kind of sat down pretty much next to me and I guess they were reviewing some of the footage, and I didn't say anything to them because I didn't know anything about them. So I was literally kind of looking them up on Wikipedia while this was going on. I think the production was directed by Shindong. There is a music video where they use this set, and it is called Good Day for a Good Day. That is on YouTube. You can look it up. You'll see more of the set. I watched them film some of those shots while I was sitting and waiting. And that's about the extent I know about what I did and what happened and what it entailed. It was worthwhile. I like these 3 seconds.